Wake up. The Matrix has you. 27 years after a film completely redefined what cinema could be, after bullet time became the most imitated visual effect in history, after red pills and blue pills entered our everyday vocabulary, and after Keanu Reeves became the leather-clad messiah of an entire generation, Warner Brothers has officially announced that The Matrix 5 is in active development. And everything you think you know about this franchise is about to change forever. In early 2024, the studio dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming, especially after The Matrix Resurrections underperformed with just $158 million against a $190 million budget, leading many to believe the franchise was finally finished. But Warner Brothers clearly isn't ready to unplug just yet, and they've made a bold decision that has fans divided right down the middle. For the first time in the franchise's history, a Matrix film will not be directed by a Wachowski. That's right, neither Lana nor Lily Wachowski will be sitting in the director's chair for this one. Instead, the studio has handed the keys to the simulation to Drew Goddard, the visionary filmmaker behind The Cabin in the Woods and the Oscar-nominated screenwriter of The Martian. Goddard will write and direct The Matrix 5, bringing his signature blend of genre-bending storytelling and sharp dialogue to a universe that desperately needs a fresh perspective after the divisive reception of Resurrections. Now, before you start panicking, there's good news. Lana Wachowski isn't completely gone. She's attached as an executive producer, which means she'll still have a voice in how this beloved universe continues to evolve. And Goddard himself has been incredibly vocal about his reverence for what the Wachowskis created. In the official announcement, he said, "It is not hyperbole to say the Matrix films changed both cinema and my life. Lana and Lily's exquisite artistry inspires me on a daily basis, and I am beyond grateful for the chance to tell stories in their world." That's not Hollywood PR speak. You can hear the genuine love and respect in those words. Jesse Ehrman, Warner Brothers Motion Pictures president of production, added fuel to the fire by revealing that Goddard came to the studio with a completely new idea that everyone believes would be an incredible way to continue the Matrix world while honoring what Lana and Lily began over 25 years ago. But let's be honest, there's only one question that truly matters to fans around the world. Will Keanu Reeves return as Neo? Here's where things get interesting. Back in 2021, when The Matrix Resurrections was still fresh in theaters, Keanu was asked directly about the possibility of another sequel and whether he'd return. His response was simple, but loaded with meaning. "If she invites me again, I'm in." He was referring to Lana Wachowski, the only person whose invitation he'd accept. Now here's the complication. Lana isn't directing this time. She's producing. So the question becomes whether her involvement as executive producer is enough to constitute that invitation Keanu needs, or whether he'll want to see her more directly involved before committing. Drew Goddard was asked recently about Keanu's potential return, and his response was carefully diplomatic. "I can't speak to that." He explained that the script isn't finished yet, so no casting choices can be confirmed at this stage. That's not a no, but it's definitely not a yes either. And what about the rest of the iconic cast? Carrie-Anne Moss, who has been by Keanu's side as Trinity since 1999, remains unconfirmed. Lawrence Fishburne, the original Morpheus, whose absence from Resurrections was felt deeply by fans, addressed the possibility of his return during an appearance on The View in April 2025. His answer was measured and honest. He said it would depend on who is involved and how well the script has been written, adding the condition that he'd have to actually be offered the role. Fishburne also revealed something that surprised many fans. He volunteered to return for the 2021 film, but claimed that production didn't respond well to that. Whether that changes for The Matrix 5 remains to be seen, but bringing Fishburne back would go a long way toward healing the wounds left by Resurrections. Then there's the question of Hugo Weaving, whose absence as Agent Smith was arguably the biggest criticism of The Matrix Resurrections. Jonathan Groff did his best in the reimagined role, but nothing could match Weaving's charismatic menace, his iconic delivery, his Mr. Anderson that still gives people chills decades later. If Warner Brothers is smart, and they want this franchise to truly succeed, bringing Hugo Weaving back should be priority number one on their casting list. Let's talk about what The Matrix 5 could potentially explore. Resurrections ended on an open note, with Neo and Trinity successfully gaining some level of control over the Matrix itself. They had grand plans to remake the simulation, to build something new from the ashes of the old system. That ending left enormous possibilities for Goddard to explore. What does peace between humans and machines actually look like? In a world where artificial intelligence is dominating our real-world conversations, the timing couldn't be more relevant. The Matrix has always been a franchise that speaks to the anxieties of its era, and the questions it raised in 1999 about reality, control, and what it means to be human are even more pressing today. The original Matrix didn't just change cinema, it fundamentally altered how we think about visual storytelling. Bullet time became the most copied effect of its generation, appearing in everything from video games to commercials to superhero films. The franchise's philosophical depth, its blend of cyberpunk aesthetics with martial arts action, its exploration of free will versus determinism, these elements created something that transcended typical blockbuster entertainment. The 4 films combined have grossed over $1.6 billion worldwide. But more importantly, they've embedded themselves into our cultural consciousness in ways that few franchises ever achieve. Drew Goddard has his work cut out for him. He needs to honor 25 years of groundbreaking filmmaking while bringing something genuinely new to the table. He needs to potentially convince Keanu Reeves to jack back in one more time. He needs to navigate the complicated dynamics of creating a Wachowski universe without a Wachowski in the director's chair. And he needs to do all of this while Warner Brothers navigates a potential acquisition by Paramount that could affect every project currently in development. It's a challenge that would make most filmmakers run screaming in the other direction. But Goddard seems to be embracing it with open arms and genuine passion. The Matrix 5 doesn't have a release date, doesn't have a confirmed cast, and doesn't even have a finished script yet. But what it does have is potential. The potential to remind audiences why they fell in love with this world in the first place. The potential to say something meaningful about our increasingly digital existence. And the potential to deliver the sequel that fans have been waiting for since 1999. The code is being written. The simulation is being rebuilt. And whether you choose the red pill or the blue pill, one thing is certain. The Matrix will have us all again soon.